Hello, my name is Jim Mullany from Sitek Process Solutions. Today is Sunday, July 21st, 2019. Today I'm doing a video source inspection on a fully remanufactured semi-tool 270S spin wrench dryer. The configuration of this tool has the traditional semi-tool PSC 101 controller. During our video here I'll talk about some of the upgrade options that Sitek does offer, but this one has the traditional controller. We also upgraded to the customer for a free EMO system. We have power off, power on, and we have the start and stop. The two other options it has, and I'll check, is the resistivity. For the privacy of our customers, we don't give their name out in the videos. We do, however, reference their sales order number so they know who it is. And this was FCG180047, and it will be shipping out of the United States. The two options that the sales order has, and I see back here, is the resistivity option. I see the probe in the drain box, and the DI water recirculation. The customer did not buy the third option that is kind of common, is the anti-static module. They did not buy that. The one open question we have with the customer, and I'll hopefully find out for tomorrow, is there actually rotor they want to use. Today we just have a simple 4-inch rotor in here. The customer hasn't identified yet the 6-inch cassette they want to use, if it's truly 6-inch. So once I find that out, we'll just put in the correct rotor and so forth. Let's just look at the process we're going to be running today. It's probably a very traditional process. 60-second rinse, 10-second purge, which is standard, and I'll talk about that later. 90-second dry one. Actually, I'm going to move that to 60 seconds because we really don't need to do 90 seconds for today. And actually, you can see how easy it is to program the controller. You just move the arrow key over, and then you do the modification. Go to the next step, which is 240 seconds at 600 RPM dry 2, which is a standard process. And then to get back out of here, it's saved. There you go. The semi-tool process, traditional rinse and dryer process, at least for semi-tool, is a rinse, a purge, and the purge, what it does is it blows the water out of the DI line so it doesn't leak back in during the dry cycle. It then goes into a high RPM, short, dry 1 process, which is meant to sling the water off of the substrate and off of the cassette. Then it goes into an elongated dry 2, and that slows down the RPM, as you saw, to 600 RPM. And then you use centrifugal force, the heater blankets, and the hot end 2 to do all the drying. In a typical semi-tool, the bowl doesn't have to be totally dry. There was lots of studies over the years that if you get a totally dry bowl, you sometimes, depending on your fab, can have higher particle counts, because now any particles that were trapped in any water droplets now become airborne after the water droplet evaporates out totally. But we can talk about that later. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll start the process. We'll step through the first couple steps. You'll see when I go into the dry steps, I'll talk more about Sitek Process Solutions and our support structure. Alrighty, so simply in a wafer fab, customer walks up. This happens to be 4-inch wafers, the A190-40 cassette, which is a low-profile 4-inch cassette. You load, and you simply hit start. Right now, we're in the rinse mode. Okay, the DI rinsing. It's going to be a 60-second rinse at approximately 600 RPM. The semi-tool PSC 101 controller, we can tune it in as best we can. The RPM is a direct feedback of the servo amp, the motor, and the controller sending power. Usually you see plus or minus 4 to 6 RPM is good on those controllers. You can see we're about plus or minus 2 RPM. Actually, right now we're just minus 2, nothing plus, which is okay. Okay, so I'm looking at the drain box. Everything's looking good. On the back of the tool, we do have all the serial tags of it. We have the date of manufacturer. We have the part number. We also have our URL so customers can contact us. And we also have the power consumption needed for each tool as it goes out. This tool does not have it yet, but there will be a Sitek sticker put on the tool in the front so people can see Sitek. Okay, now we're going into the purge, which is a very short 10-second, 1800 RPM. Most times it doesn't even get to 1800, but because this is a small wafer load, it does. Okay, now we're in dry 1, which again is the high RPM 1800 for a shorter time. While we're reviewing this, let's talk about the support structure Sitek has on specifically the semi-tool spin rinse dryers. If you go to our website at sitekprocess.com, on the left-hand side you'll see a variety of buttons you can choose of different product categories. The first 7 are all SRD related. The first 3 are the tools. We have the traditional S model, the F model, which looks like this but uses a brush motor, and then the traditional ST, which you'll see in a second. Then the next 3 buttons have all the spare parts for all 3 versions. Sitek offers 100% spare parts on all of these tools. The servo amp that was sold in the past to work with these S models was discontinued a few years ago. Sitek has designed our own servo amp to support the market. We also, on this model, have new brushless motors. We have new valving. We have new heater blankets. The only thing not new on this system that we don't do is the PSC 101 controller, because that's a semi-tool controller. But you'll be able to see all of the spare parts we offer, and we have very aggressive. We have a U.S. price, lowest price guarantee policy, also on our website. So while this is doing this, let me talk. We're quite busy in the final test here. This system has the new upgraded Sitek Slick Device controller. It's a graphic-oriented controller. It makes a traditional semi-tool with the upgrade of our controller better than any rinse and dryer you can buy in the world. I won't go into too much of it, but in the menu, you can go into, we have settings. You can review different settings. We have recipes. We have up to 20 recipes. We have manual control for maintenance. Here's a warning screen. So you can actuate valves if you like. You can lock the door. I just locked it, unlock it. So maintenance people can quickly go through and test the functions of their tool if there's an issue. We have resistivity, motor tach. One of the nice things is the heater and anti-static. Most people don't know when their heaters are starting to fail, but on our system, on the N2 heater, as you can see, it turned on and it's consuming power. We monitor the power usage, and then we can, if the power dies, we send an alert to the operator at the end of the process so they're aware. I'll turn that off. Same thing with the anti-static module, which is very important. As you can see, we have a special called the DLL semi-tool algorithm that monitors the anti-static module. We have high and low parameters, and when the anti-static module is out of the parameter, we will give you a warning. That's very nice from the maintenance team. One of the things we also offer is our N2 savings. A typical semi-tool spin rinse dryer can use up to $4,000 of nitrogen per year. By turning on our N2 saver feature, simply like that, your predefined variables down here say after my process is done and my wafers are removed, after 20 seconds, stop the N2. We also, as a smart controller, as soon as you load the wafers again, the N2 starts back up. I'm going to turn that back off. So I won't go into detail on this. There's lots of, on our website, lots of videos we have in our YouTube channel, which is at YouTube, and search Sitek Process. Okay, back here we're into dry 2, which is the low RPM dry. We have about a minute and a half left. As you can see, it's a low RPM, very quiet. This tool's in excellent shape. Here's a traditional ST unit. You can see we're very busy in test here. This is what I talked about with a traditional tool. This is a customer that's going to Europe, and we're going to be demoing that. Here's a tool that is going to Canada. We just had our first CSA approval in the United States. It's been marked on the back. Traditionally, the CSA marking was always done in Canada. Now we do it here in the United States because of the new Canadian regulations. It also was upgraded with the Slick Device controller. Here I want to show you something that's kind of a neat thing that Sitek offers here. This is for a customer that's going to Europe, but this customer runs 2 wafer sizes. So here's your traditional 6-inch wafers. So here it is. No big deal. So, but the customer also wants to run 4-inch. Sitek has proprietary inserts we've designed for different cassette models. This is how fast and easy it is to change wafer size. You slide it in, just like that. You now have made a 6-inch rinser dryer a 4-inch rinser dryer. It's that easy. You saw that takes about 5, maybe 10 seconds to change wafer sizes. In the past, people had to do heavy metal inserts, take the rotors out, they get dented, they go out of balance and so forth. Sitek now has the engineering capability to design inserts for almost any combination of tools. So I wanted to show you that. It's very easy. Let's say I'm done running 4-inch. I simply remove that, put it down on the table, and I bring my 6-inch back. Whoops, that's 5-inch. Let me grab my other cassette, my right quick set. Here's my 6-inch cassette, 182, and we simply load it. We are now back to 6-inch. Okay, the process is finished over here. Alrighty, so at the end of the process, the rotor goes, we call home position, which is upright. It's just upright. That's 12 o'clock. That's done via what's called a rotor stop positioner, known as RSP in the industry. And what happens is the back of the motor has a cam assembly that has a flat on it. And the piston assembly on the RSP shoots out with a bearing, rolls the cam, finds the correct spot, and that lines it to home position so the wafers don't fall out when you take them out. First thing I like to do, I like to feel for hot end 2. Right there, nice and hot, don't want to burn my hand. Look for the wafers. They look nice and dry. Excellent. Put those back. So now I'll talk real quickly. As you can see, this Richard dryer is in excellent shape. It's been fully remanufactured. It's ready to ship. We just have to work with the customer on their 6-inch rotor, hopefully tonight, and we'll be able to get this out the door and hopefully this week. I also want to talk about some of the other products we offer at Sitek. We are the U.S. leader in the remanufacturing of HTC box washers. That would be the traditional 8000, 8010, 8020, 8030. We have quite a few spare parts on our website, so we support those HTC product line. We also do a lot of the Ultra T, Ultra Tech, and K&S mask and wafer scrubbers, the single process tools. We have a wide variety in stock of ones that have brush scrub, high pressure scrub, and we can do both mask, wafers, and so forth. If you go to our website, again on the left-hand side, you'll see we also have buttons for our metrology tools. We do particle counters. We do thin film measurement systems. We do resistivity mapping systems. We also do high and low power microscopes. We do plasma and etch equipment, the traditional Branson tools, the matrix etchers, some small university type etch equipment, plasma processors. So we have a wide range of products at Sitek. So that will conclude this video today of this acceptance for a remanufactured Semi-Tool 270S spin wrench dryer. Again, my name is Jim Mullany. If you have any questions, our number here in the United States is 916-797-9000. You can ask for anyone in our sales organization, or you can always feel free to go to sitekprocess.com, which is sitekprocess.com, and you can inquire on any product, and an email will be sent to our sales department for your immediate feedback. Again, today is Sunday, July 21st. Thank you.